Give me the clues again.
You haven't got one. You've almost certainly not seen one the same.
And I won't want it when I see it.
You might want it, but you're not having it. And you probably won't want it. And it's to do with three of something. Something that is in three parts, if you like.
Anything to do with magic lanterns?
Well, there was a 50-50 chance, wasn't there? The answer is, that's too big a clue, but the answer is yes. All right then.
And the cinema?
Not really.
Not the cinema?
Not really. Not directly, no. I can give you another clue.
Go on.
You're not doing very well at the moment. Right, should we have a look?
Yes.
Okay.
Faders, coils, a heat exchanger box. Oh, that's good. It's like an Ives triple colour.
Yeah.
Okay, well we started to get a result here, and what we found is the condenser lenses. Pair of condenser lenses. So there are 3 pairs of condenser lenses, which of course we should have expected, but that's where they are.
They're pretty tight.
And they're sprung loaded inside this brass channeled piece. So, oh, look at that. That's 2 of them, and there'll be a 3rd, which we don't.
And they look perfect condition.
Great.
Except dusty.
Yeah, just need a good clean.
Terrific.
Wow.
Shall we have a look under here?
Yeah, I remember now. There were no screws holding that down, so that's how I knew there were filters in it. Because originally I'd seen them. There we go. Red, green, and blue filters. Look at that. Original glass filters just sitting there. Just not even needing a clean. Amazing.
Yeah.
And the lenses, of course. So there we are, and you can see the condensers more easily here as well. So, fully complete. In theory, we could plug it in and switch it on, which we won't be doing. But we will test the continuity for the bulbs. And I really think it's just a bit too risky to try it, even replacing the wiring. There's going to be also a huge amount of heat from that 750 watts altogether of lamps, I imagine. Not really much point, so but I might just do it just to see if it does come on, just to get a video shot of it illuminating before we convert it to LED cold light, and see if we can get some pictures out of it.
Let's check the bulbs next.
Yeah. Lester, you've been to lots of jumble sales. These look like the sort of bulbs that were pretty standard in old projectors.
Very, very loose.
Yeah, so one's unscrewing itself nearly.
I've got a drawer full of old bulbs for projectors.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's quite nice. It's complete.
Filament looks okay.
Yeah. And
is it marked up?
Says,
does say.
Can't quite read that.
Something cap down, which is the cap.
This is the cap.
So you can't use it the other way.
Be there.
Okay.
So
yeah.
There might be information on the top.
Yeah, there might have been. What we can do is check the filament with a continuity meter.
It looks quite watty.
But it looks fine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be something like a 250, isn't it? Surely they wouldn't have 3 500s in there.
The next 2 are tight. Might have different information. You've obviously bought the bulbs all at the same time.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can estimate how much use he had out of it.
By looking at the...
Yes.
Well, there's some darkening. Yeah, there is some darkening at the top of the envelope.
Ah, this has got more detail on it.
Okay.
Just there.
Oh yeah, it has.
Can you get it?
I can video it, but I can't read it. So, but we might be able to read it off the video. But if see if it's
Royal Edison, Royal Edison, 30 volts.
30.
Yes.
Well, that's why they had that resistance, so because it didn't matter, it was low voltage.
And I think 200 watts.
Good job I didn't plug it into the mains.
You wouldn't have done that. In 100 years, you're far too expert. 30 volts, that's interesting. It might be 2 car batteries and another 3.
Well, 2 car batteries would be fine. You just wouldn't get the full light out of it. So
it could be 250 watts.
Oh, that's...
It's hard to see the...
It's not 250 volts though. It's 30
no.
volts. 30 volts, eh?
That's lovely. We might have a show in a minute.
I haven't got a 30 volt supply. I haven't got a car battery either. I haven't got a car. I can't afford a car buying all these old projectors.
No, it's a shame. I'll lend you my car. Next one coming out, it's got to be the same. Is it in good condition? It's in good condition, definitely.
No information on it, but
just
it's no...
here,
Oh, there is.
here it is.
Yeah, the label's on there.
250 watts.
Right.
Can you see that better?
I think we both agree that we've not seen these big old lamps that are 30 volt previously.
Never ever seen anything like that.
But the reason for that is?
Yeah. Are we too young or something?
We're too young.
Oh, surely not.
We're too young. It's one of the few things that we're too young for.
Oh dear.
That's why we've not seen.
We'll catch up on our past now.
Evidently there were 30 volt, whatever people tell you, we can prove there were 30 volt lamps, 250 watt 30 volt lamps way back in the day. It also means that we will try it. Not today, but another day I will put a 30 volt supply on it. What's the worst that can happen? We'll find out.
We'll blow a fuse somewhere.
We'll blow a fuse somewhere, that's all right. We've done that a few times this week. Yeah. Lester's now going to pretend he's back at Abbey Road Studios testing a piece of equipment.
This is one end of the electric wire, and if this feeds the switch.
Yes, continuity.
The switch is a bit dirty.
Yeah.
Doing this
we're not very professional, are we? But anyway, the point is, what we know is we're not looking at readings so much as the fact that we've got the continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got continuity. We've got dirty switches probably. But it looks like it all makes sense in a sense. There's no reason to suppose that it wouldn't work. But I will do a wiring diagram first and then do another proper check with the meter on everything, and just to make sure. You don't want to blow those bulbs.
No.
And then with something like a 24 volt supply, we can put the bulbs on and get a result on the screen without actually having the bulbs on full voltage. So that's the plan for our next session.
We need to dust get the dust off the condensers.
We'll have to do that. When I say we, I mean me. I'll have to do that. So I'm also going to clean up this rusty thing and generally clean the whole thing up, polish it up, and get ready for a show.
Super.
Well, after another half hour of faffing about, we've discovered that this knob here, which has a little set screw on it as well, that actually gives minute adjustment to the holder,
slide holder, and it rocks it up or down either end. Yeah.
So you've got this kind of movement so that you can make sure that you've aligned the 3 images exactly on the screen in terms of up and down, so you don't get colour fringing. So then that's a very fine adjustment. So that mystery over. We've also discovered that the filters, each of the filters has a number on it. It's a Rattan number 47, that one, and another one, the green one, 61 is that? Rattan number 29.
Yeah.
So they're all commercially available. Rattan was a major filter manufacturer at the time. So all commercially available glass filters. And we know now the exact colour, from the numbers we can tell the exact colours that would have been used in the camera, which is very useful to know. Now the big mystery is this. We don't know what this thing is. And it's a knob that says increase on it, but it might be because it's come from some other machine.
And all it does is
it mechanically pulls or pushes on 2 pins, one there and one there, they move backwards and forwards, and they would seem to impinge on the actual glass slide, which does not seem like a good idea. We can't see what it was supposed to do. There doesn't really seem any point in locking the slide into position, and in any case it will probably break the slide. So this is still a mystery. If you just remember to keep those out of the way, then it won't impede the slide or damage it. So I guess we start with doing that and then see if we can work out what this thing does. But we're 95% there in terms of understanding everything. We just worked out the amperage and for the bulbs, and it's going to be too high an amperage to really deal with 250 watt and 30 volts. So probably I'll clean up and use the original wiring, but with LED lamps in there from the start. So it'll be a little bit longer before we get round to actually having a show, but we'll get there.